Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. James Harden records efficient 43, 10, and 12. Yes. Now, as the ball bounced off the rim, the Rockets forward P.J. Tucker intentionally got out of the way, screening out Cleveland Cavaliers Ante Zigzag and essentially gift wrapped and rebound for James Harden. It was Harden's 10th rebound of the night, clinching the reigning MVP's third 40th point triple-double in the past 6 games with 1 minute, 22 seconds remaining in the third. And the end of the period was a deadline of sorts due to the lopsided score, considering Coach Mike D'Antoni had informed Harden that he would sit out the fourth quarter of the 141-113 route Friday night. It was a historic moment, according to the Elias Sports Bureau. Harden became the first player in NBA history to record a 40-point triple-double while playing fewer than 30 minutes, as he finished with 43, 10, and 12 in 29 minutes. Tucker joked that Harden owed him a date due to his sacrificed kidney. He wanted dinner in the movie. Harden receives a triple-double with 43, 12, and 10, and he led the Rockets to a 140-113 win over the Cavs. Harden has accumulated many historical statistics milestones recently while in the midst of one of the best offensive stretches the league has seen. Harden, who was 12 of 24 from the floor, 8 of 16 from three-point range, and 11 from the line against the Cavs, has made at least 5 three-pointers in 12 consecutive games. The Warriors' Steph Curry had the previous long streak of outings with at least 5 made threes at 7 games. The step-back threes, he's perfected that, Coach Mike D'Antoni said. He's got 16 threes attempts, and they're all step-backs. They're not like they're forced. He's just an incredible player. Harden's three-point shooting has fueled his streak of scoring at least 30 points in 15 consecutive games, joining Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Elgin Baylor, Kobe Bryant, and Wilt Chamberlain 5 times as the only players in history to do so. That includes a run of 5 straight 40-point performances, matching the third longest streak in the past 50 years. Harden is averaging 40.5 points over those 15 games, according to Elias. The only other player who has averaged at least 40 points over a 15-game stretch over the 45 seasons was Bryant, who did it multiple times. Most important, Harden and the Rockets have won 12 of 15 games to improve to 24-17, vaulting from second to last place in the Western Conference standings to the middle of the playoff picture, only 4.5 games out of Houston's goal of first place. With winning as his primary focus, Harden said he isn't able to appreciate the historical context of his production at this point. Nope, said Harden, who's 12-40, ranks second behind Oscar Robertson's 22nd in NBA history. I don't have time to sit back and relax. I got to keep pushing, keep going. Now, those numbers are crazy, but some people would like this and some people want, and I really don't care, but James Harden travels. The step back has been busted several times. Today's NBA is different. So, true enough, I'll say he is a great player. Great will go by his name. Now, he would be officially great if he could win a championship ring, because you would never, ever be amongst the 50 greatest players of all the time just by accolades, by stats. You have to. It's all about rings, and Harden has done this before, but he had not with the numbers. But we saw him win the MVP, and pretty much it looks like he almost has that signed, sealed, and delivered, because you have February, March, and April, 3 more months. If he just could average 20-something odd points and get a couple of triple doubles during those 3 months, he still would be like the #1 candidate for MVP, unless somebody else steps up, because his numbers is outrageous. And I made a video and I know this was against the Cavaliers, who are not a good team, but I made a video about how there's no more defense. How seeing 50 points is now like, okay, he scored 50. We just saw Aldridge with the Spurs. He scored 50. It's not a big deal anymore because they don't let you hand check nobody. The refs are, not making calls like they should. We saw Kevin Durant all out of bounds, with his damn size 14 shoes, and the ref looking right at him, didn't even call it. It's just so flaky, man. But I want to give respect where respect due. That's a big accolade for James Harden, but a lot of that would be taken away because of the way that he gets it, and because of today's NBA. But yeah, big ups. Subscribe.